Welcome to the Divine Connection Podcast. I'm your host, Cristina Aroche, and together we are walking the path of discovering your true self and the alignment with your soul. Through these conversations, you will experience a deeper level of connection with yourself and the universe, and most importantly, you will trust in your spiritual journey ahead. Let's begin. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Divine Connection Podcast. Today I am answering another question that was submitted. Today's question comes from Leah, and she says, how to find our purpose in life and how do we know we are on the right path? Because sometimes we are, but it seems like life is crumbling down and not working out for us, but everything actually happens for our higher good. Yes, I love that statement because it's so true. And I want to break this down further for anyone who is wondering if they are on the right path, if they're pursuing their life's purpose or not, and how to know that you are doing so, how to move through when it feels like life is crumbling down, yet there's some part of you that knows it's for your highest good. How do we navigate all of those things? We are going to break it down in today's episode. So, the first thing that I want to talk about is our purpose. The way that I view our purpose is that our soul has come here to be fully self-expressed. That is our purpose. Our purpose is to live in our fullest expression as our divine being. So, my question for you is, how does your soul desire to express itself? And when I talk about soul expression, I am talking about it in many different contexts, in many different ways. You can view it from different perspectives. On one hand, our soul expression could literally be what you are here to share as a message, as a truth. If you are feeling called to teach or to share or to guide, to support other people in some way, that is one form of expression that could be part of your soul's purpose. That could be part of how your soul desires to express itself here, is through this actual speaking or writing or whatever kind of words of guidance and advice that your soul desires to bring through. That's one thing. Another part of it, though, in terms of self-expression, is experience. What does your soul desire to experience? If you are someone who loves to travel and you're just like, one of my dreams is to just travel the world, that is a form of soul expression because you are expressing yourself in the adventure, in the curiosity, in stepping into the unknown and going to different places and exploring. That's a form of expression. So that is part of it. If you're someone who maybe on the other hand, you're like, I want to build a family and, really create a solid family foundation and raise my kids and focus on that, that is a form of expression. That is a form that your soul is here to express itself. And of course, you could have all of it. You could want to have a family and travel and share truths with the world and do these different things. It's so different for everyone and you can have it all. You can be self-expressed in all these different ways. So there's not one way. It's simply asking yourself the question, how does my soul desire to express itself? And like I said, in the expression, it's really looking at it as an experience. What am I here to experience? And in the experience, who am I here to become? And looking at experience, like what you are here, what you're meant to be experiencing in this lifetime, thinking of it as an act of giving and receiving. To experience is to give yourself to a situation, to give yourself to a person, to give yourself to a connection, to give yourself to an adventure, to give yourself, and it's also to receive. And so it's understanding that in your experience, your soul's experience, whatever your soul has come here to experience, it is an exchange. It is a giving and a receiving, a giving of your truth, your light, who you are. And in exchange, in return, you are also receiving. You're receiving connection, receiving love, joy, abundance, gratitude, whatever the thing is for you. So there is this exchange that is happening in your self-expression, which is your experience, what you are experiencing. So that's the general thing that I want you to think about. And so some other questions that you can think about in regards to that is, what do I desire to give? What am I meant to give? What is the light that I'm here to shine? What are the gifts that I hold that I'm meant to give? And then the receiving is a natural part of it. And the thing that we have to understand is that it's our responsibility to be in that receivership, to know that as you give, as you show up, as you shine your light, as you share your truth, as you share your gifts, the receiving is natural. Just like how, if you think of inhaling and exhaling is just tied together. Every time you inhale, you would naturally exhale. It just comes and goes. It's just natural. One doesn't exist without the other. So it's the same thing with your giving and receiving in your experience. What you are experiencing, how you are expressing. Your expression is the giving and you are receiving. But your job is to actually be open to the receiving. So I want you to think about that. The gifts that you're here to share, what do you feel called to experience? What do you feel called to express? That is how you're going to know your purpose. And knowing that it gets to be different things, maybe at the same time, it's multi-layered, and knowing that you'll be guided. And as long as you have anchored into the one thing, you don't have to know all the things, but one thing that you know right now, you desire to experience, you desire to express, you desire to live in, then that will guide you. That will guide you. And then the next thing, the next thing, the next thing will naturally show up as a result of that. Now, the other thing that I want to address here is how to know that you are on the right path, because I think we probably ask ourselves that daily. Who asks themselves daily? I'm raising my hand right here. How to know you're on the right path. See, the thing is that our brain will have us think that, oh, well, if everything's working out and everything's beautiful and crystal clear and sunshines and rainbows, then you're on the right path. Something's going wrong, then wrong path. But that's not actually true. So the way that you're going to know that you're on the right path is not by seeing if everything is working out perfectly. Nope, not that. And it's also not looking at whether or not you have crystal clear clarity. Sometimes we also think, okay, if I feel a little bit doubt or not clear in terms of my next steps or who I am or whatever, then maybe I'm not on the right path. That's also not true. It's not going to be defined by your clarity. So it's not defined by things being perfect or working out perfectly, and it's also not defined by clarity. The thing that is going to show you that you are on the right path is by seeing each moment. So each moment, every day when you wake up, every moment of the day, seeing that every moment is an opportunity for you to become closer to God, closer to the divine, closer to your creator. So when you see each moment as an opportunity to become closer to the divine, okay, you know that you're on the right path because I'm using this as an opportunity to become closer to my creator. You're also seeing each moment as an opportunity to understand more about yourself, to understand more about your true divine self. So every moment is an opportunity for me to learn more about me and to become more connected to me and to understand my soul, my divine being, and what it has come here to do. So if you're seeing each moment as that way, that's another indication that you are on the right path. Another one is that you know that you were chosen to be here. So you're seeing in each moment, you're like, I know that I was chosen to be here. I was chosen to be in this space with these people at this time. I was chosen to be here. God chose me to be here for a certain mission, for a certain purpose. I was chosen, even if I don't know the full scope of what that is, but I know that if I woke up today, I'm here for a reason and I was chosen for it. And so having that belief is also going to guide you and help you to know that you are on the right path, that where you are right now is where you're meant to be. And then lastly, you know that you're on the right path when you are seeing each moment, or especially the moments when they feel challenging, as an opportunity to transform that challenge into empowerment and strength. So, like I was saying earlier, and like Leah mentioned in her message and her question, sometimes we are on the right path, but it seems that life is crumbling down and not working out for us, but actually everything is happening for the highest good. That's what she submitted in her question. And it's so true. Sometimes life does feel like it's crumbling down around you, and it feels like nothing is working. And it feels like, what is happening here? What is happening right now? And the thing is that if you are seeing those moments as an opportunity to transform whatever that challenge, whatever that crumbling, whatever the thing that's falling apart, to transform that into your empowerment, into your strength, into your truth, into whatever it is that is necessary for you to keep going, then you are on the right path, because you're utilizing the opportunity and the moment the way that it was meant to be used to support you on your journey. So that is going to be another indicator for you to look at. Okay. And the thing is that, sometimes we go through challenging moments. We all go through challenging moments. We all have moments where it feels like everything is crumbling down, and we can feel like that's the end. Like that's, oh gosh, like what's going to happen now? This is it. This is it. My life's crumbling around me and I'm done. And the truth is that we could choose to see it as that kind of cycle. Like, okay, I just gotta get out of this and just need to find a solution. And then the cycle repeats again and again and again. And maybe we even resist what that cycle is actually calling us forward into. What that cycle is showing us is a pattern that we get to choose to transcend, but we resist it for whatever reason. And so we can either stay in that cycle, or we can understand that when we go through the crumbling down, everything's falling apart phase, that it's actually showing us our true self, and it's supporting us to rise up from the ashes, rise up from everything that's crumbled. And what gets to rise and gets to move forward is the true being of who you are. It's the energy of your soul that's calling you forward into becoming more of that embodied energy, more showing you that what's crumbling down isn't serving you anymore. We don't need this anymore. We're letting that go. It's time to let go of that. It's time to allow it to crumble, because there's something so much more beautiful and so much more powerful on the other side of this. But I need you to see this. I need you to recognize that there is a beautiful light here that cannot shine around those walls. That's why those walls had to crumble down. And so when we see that, and when we recognize it, and when we allow that to guide us into the next step, and we allow ourselves to be led into whatever that transformation is meant to be for us, who we're meant to become, how we're meant to elevate from that space, that is then also when we begin to pursue the divine destiny, pursue our soul's purpose, pursue who we're here to be, because it's driving us into that. So we can look at it as like, oh, it's a cycle, keep going through the cycle, crumbling, picking back up, crumbling, picking back up, or I'm going to let it crumble and I'm going to move on into this light, into this truth, because I can see it more clearly now. Things have crumbled. I can see it more clearly now. And sometimes things need to crumble down for us to be able to see things more clear. And so in those moments, you can ask yourself, who am I meant to become as a result of this? What am I being called forward into? What is the divine showing me here? That's what's available for me, who I'm meant to be. And allow that to be the guiding force for you, to know that you are on the path. So that is my message for you with this question. Thank you so much, Leah, for submitting it. I would love to hear from all of you who are tuning in, listening in, watching this on YouTube. Let me know how this resonated with you. Let me know what your biggest takeaway is. Let me know if you're going through something right now that feels a little sticky, that feels a little icky, that feels a little challenging, feels like the walls are crumbling down. And I invite you to ask yourself and ask God to reveal to you, what is the light? What are you meant to be stepping into? What is your soul calling you forward? Who are you meant to become as a result of this? Now, I also want to invite you to come join me inside of Spiritual Alchemy, which is a free masterclass where I teach you the process of how to take what's crumbling and falling apart, take the challenging, heavy energy and transmute it, alchemize it into your power, into your strength, into momentum to be able to move forward. I'm going to show you how to do that so that you're not stuck trying to pick up the pieces or stuck trying to figure out, okay, where do I go from here? I'm going to show you how to alchemize the energy to support you with moving forward and catapulting you into your next level. So if you want to join me for this free masterclass, all you have to do is click the link in the show notes below this episode and you will find all the details there. So that is it for our episode today. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed it, then please give it a thumbs up on YouTube or rate this podcast. If you're watching from whatever podcast platform, I would appreciate your rating. And of course, share it with a friend if you know that this would be helpful for them. That is it for today. As always, I'm sending you so much love and angel blessings, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye. Thank you once again for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. And if you want to learn more about the Divine Connection podcast, you can go to CristinaAroche.com/podcast and learn about how you can be featured on the show.